Well, hello there and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some drugstore products that are new to the game, but also new to my collection. Some of these products are newer to the market, some of them are just newer to me, but either way, let's jump right in. The L'Oreal Tru-Match foundation was reformulated. I've got the shade Neutral 5.5 here, and I've really been enjoying it. Now, I find that on my skin, it dries a little bit more satin matte, but what I love to do is mix in an illuminator. So I'll show you guys on the screen both what it looks like on my skin by itself and also what it looks like mixed in with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. I think in general at the drugstore, L'Oreal has the best foundation lineup, and I think this is a really good middle of the road one. If you don't like the Infallible Freshwear one, which I know can be maybe a little bit too high coverage or full coverage for you, but you're also not interested in the Tinted Serum because it does have a little bit of an illuminator to it, I think that you will enjoy this one. This one also is really nice because, like I said earlier, with mixing it with the illuminator, it makes it easy to adjust it to your preferences. So you could add moisturizer to this, you could add another foundation to this. I found that it mixes with other foundations really well. Definitely a really nice middle of the road medium coverage foundation. I also want to note that this shade N5.5 is slightly too light for me, especially now that we're going into the summer months. I'm sure if this was the dead of winter, it would be fine, but it does pull a little bit light on me. And the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter that I mix in with it is a little bit deeper, so it ends up making a perfect shade for me. So I picked up the Makeup Revolution Balm Glow in the shade Peach Bliss. This product kind of took the internet by storm because it seemed to be a dupe for the Bobbi Brown product that looks very similar. I've never tried that product, but I was intrigued by the idea of a multi-use product. I also kind of like the idea of a makeup product being in a tin. Now, first of all, and this may be a bone to pick with Ulta specifically, but this looks nothing like this on the Ulta website when you look at the shade there. And honestly, even it being on camera doesn't really do it justice. It honestly looks like bubble gum in the can right now. When I got this, the first thing I thought is, this is something that I would have liked when I was like 8. And that was before I even swatched it or anything like that. And just honestly, the swatch, there's just something about this shade and its performance I just don't like. It's gummy, it's sticky, it's not something I would ever want to put on my face, but it's not flattering on my lips at all, and maybe that's just more of a shade thing. But I'm honestly so off-put by the texture of it that I don't think I'll be purchasing any other shade to see. But I personally would not recommend picking it up. I've got quite a few products to talk about from e.l.f. Cosmetics, which is one of my favorite brands. And the first is their Camo Corrector. I have the shades Peach and Orange. First off, I got these because I felt like the peach was going to be a little bit too light and the orange was going to be a little bit too deep. So at first I used these by mixing them, and then I actually found that I was better off just using the peach. Now, right now, my favorite color corrector is the Black Radiance True Complexion color corrector. I believe this shade is also called Peach, but this shade is just slightly warmer and therefore works a little bit better for my color correcting purposes. And also, something I really like about this corrector is the fact that it's creamy enough that it blends under the eye, but it's matte enough that it doesn't move around when you put any concealer on top of it. I found that this color corrector wasn't quite as flattering on the under eye, although it did, kind of do its job there. I do also think, and this is going to be kind of a recurring theme with all of the e.l.f. products, they could really stand to make some more shades. I really feel like they have the right idea when it comes to products. They have been releasing banger after banger. The problem that I run into, and I'm sure a lot of you as well, is that I just find that there isn't a shade that I'm 100% in love with in certain products. And so this Camo Corrector, I would say that is actually my biggest issue with it. I could make the texture work, but I found that I just don't have a use for this particular shade. Overall though, I will say that with them being $4, it is certainly worth giving a try if you're looking for a color corrector and there is a shade that they have that you feel like might work for you. All right, now let's talk about these Halo Glow Beauty Wands. Okay, first of all, when they dropped, everybody went crazy because despite the fact that there are already a couple dupes for the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Wands, this is probably the most affordable dupe to drop. And of course they sold out so quickly. I was lucky enough to get my hands on it before they sold out. I did get this shade, let me see here, Berry Radiant in the blush, Liquid Gold in the highlighter, and then I got the two deepest contour shades. I got the medium tan and the tan deep. Overall, just of all the products in general, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard this already yourselves, the packaging is a little bit annoying. If you squeeze out too much of the product, it will just kind of continuously come out and there's no way to stop it. And I found that it's actually worse with the ones that you use more often. For example, I really enjoy the medium tan shade of the contour. This is the one that I use the most of the 4 that I have, and I found that it also is the one that I have the most problems with the product getting everywhere. So you can see this is me not wiping it off at all. Now let's talk about why I use that one contour shade more than I use the others. First off, when it comes to the blush, it's the texture and the shade that I'm not in love with. If nothing else, they should have definitely expanded on the blushes here. I personally didn't see that any of them would be flattering on my skin. I just kind of picked of what was left, and I'm just not crazy about this shade. I also feel that it comes off as more of a blush topper because it's so illuminating, which, you know, some people I know could like. That's more of a personal preference thing. I also found that it wasn't as seamless as a blend as I would like. And, you know, for a blush, a liquid blush, I really like it to be a seamless, easy blend. And the highlighter, again, I really felt like there wasn't a shade that would be flattering on me. I think that this is a slightly too deep shade for what I like on my skin tone. And I felt that the other 2 shades that were lighter than this were way too light or unflattering of a tone. I wish that they just expanded the range on this. I think a nice rose gold, a slightly deeper rose gold than the one they have would have been really nice. And I just think they could have gone a little bit further with this. When we talk about the contour shades, first off, the medium tan on my skin is more of a bronzer. The shade Tan Deep is more of a contour on me, which tells me that there should be more shades on the deeper end of this range.
Editing K here with a quick correction. There actually is one more deeper shade in the Halo Glow Contour Beauty Wand range, and that is the shade Deep Rich, and I do not have that shade.
Overall, I really like the contour product. I think it is really easy to blend out. I think that if you are a beginner with contour, especially liquid contour, this is a good one to start with. On my skin tone in particular, this medium tan is very easy to blend out, very hard to mess up. Overall, they're just very easy to work with, and that is my favorite thing about these products. I find that I reach for the medium tan shade as a liquid bronzer almost every day in my makeup routine now. So all of that to say, I recommend the contour wands. I would ultimately stay away from the blush and highlighter unless you really see a shade that you really like, especially with the highlighter. In the Satin O lipsticks, I have the shade Vocal, and I really enjoy the formula. I think it's nice and creamy, nice and comfortable on the lips. I do find that the original Seriously Satin lipsticks are a little bit drier on the lips. I think that this has a slightly creamier formula to it. Now, this product in particular, I would love to see them expand the shade range on. Honestly, all these products that I liked in the line, just expand the shades. I really think that they would see a lot of success with expanding the shades. And you know, this lipstick could easily become a staple in the drugstore makeup community. All right, enough about e.l.f. and moving on to a Wet n Wild product that I've discovered that I love, and it is the Rose Comforting Lipsticks, and I have the shade Taffy Daddy. These are really nice because they are nice and shiny and glossy. I'm actually wearing it right now, and they give a very sheer tint. It only comes in a couple shades right now, but I know it also comes in a clear shade, so if you don't want any tint whatsoever, you can still get this really nice shine with the clear shade. This is one of those things that seems like a lipstick and lip balm hybrid. It's not sticky at all, and like I said, it's so comfortable on the lips. Wet n Wild also recently released their Monday Feels lip oil, and you know, I thought I would love this because I've been loving trying lip oils, and to be honest, the texture of it is really, really nice, but I cannot use this because of the smell. It has a really strong coffee scent to it. Ugh. And I love coffee. I drink coffee every day, but there's something about this scent that's so off-putting to me. So just beware if you are thinking about picking up this product. Otherwise, it does look really pretty on the lips. Typical drugstore lip oil, but I just can't get over the smell. Essence released their What the Fake Plumping Lip Filler lip gloss, and I was really excited to try this out because Essence has a lot of great affordable makeup products. But this one did miss the mark for me for a couple reasons. Number one, this shade, and I realized, it's more of a personal preference thing, it's just really unflattering on me. It's more of like a like a bubblegummy pink, maybe, you know, slightly more nude, but still just very unflattering on me. It definitely had the plumping quality to it, but the gloss itself is so thick that it was just a little bit annoying to put on and also kind of sticky. I have a couple other lip glosses in my collection that I like more than this, even without the, you know, plumping mechanism to it. I need the lip product to also look and perform well, and then the plumping is kind of a bonus. Moving on to the NYX Fat Oil Lip Drip. This is another product that went viral on TikTok and all the other social media sites. And, you know, it's not a bad lip gloss, but I just don't find it to be better than a lot of the lip glosses I already have in my collection and that are already on the market. I also think that you don't get very much in this packaging for how expensive it is. Granted, it's not expensive in general, but I believe it is $8 or $9 and you're getting 0.16 fluid ounces in this. You don't typically get a lot of product with a lip gloss in general, but just to compare, this Essence Juicy Balm, which I like pretty much the same, if not a little bit better than this lip oil, you're getting 0.33 fluid ounces, and this one is $3. So all things considered, I really feel like I've only used this a couple times and I'm already halfway through it. The shade is really pretty. It looks really pretty on the lips. It's called a lip oil, but it really just looks like a lip gloss on my lips, and it's not sticky at all. So do I recommend this? Yes, if you really, really want to try it out. But I think that if you were to try this Essence Juicy Balm, you'll be just as happy. Lastly, I want to talk about the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift, the mascara of scandals. And guys, all scandals aside, this mascara is amazing. I know that I used the original Telescopic mascara in the past and I loved it. I was, you know, rocking the waterproof version for a while, but with this one, I did just get the regular version of the Telescopic Lift. Now, I will say, it makes your lashes look gorgeous, long, more voluminous, but the brush does take a little bit to get used to. But once I got used to it, there's really nothing like this in my collection. This has definitely become my new favorite drugstore mascara. Now, of course, if you're into the more natural, everyday look, this might be a little bit heavy for you. So, you know, this is for anybody that likes the more dramatic, more extreme lashes. All right, guys, that wraps up all of the drugstore makeup that's new to my collection. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I would love it if you would comment down below and let me know what videos you want to see, and also let me know what drugstore makeup you have been loving recently. All right, thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Told you so extra, but I know I'm the same. Yeah. Love me in spite of my trauma. Give me what I need instead of the drama. 'Cause when it pop off, it's like, oh my, all good, all good.